Welcome, everybody. Welcome back. It is season 2, episode 2, and I'm titling this episode "The Show Must Go On." And I'll tell you right now, folks, I'm disappointed. I'm concerned. Last episode, the first episode, we announced the sidekick, the clown, the town jester would be my co-host for many years to come. And there's commitment that comes with that. The behind the scenes, the work, work ethic behind the scenes that go on for this show, to put this show on week after week, and to make this league and this podcast what it is today. I've committed much of my time. In fact, I've neglected other parts of my life, my personal life, for this show. And you'll notice to my left, the mic sits empty. The chair sits empty. Because there's a coward amongst us. There is a person who I shook hands. I called my co-host, who doesn't show up for the show, who says he has a contract. He announced it last week on the show, yet he wants to renegotiate. Typical of a Manasquan crawl. They're not men of their word. They're cowards. And I don't know if I will have him back on the show. And I will tell you now, before I announce my new co-host, I am bringing back, I announced in episode 1 that I would not bring the lie detector forth to question his championships. Well, I'll tell you right now, his behavior, it's systemic of a problem with that young man. And I think it underscores the fact that maybe he did leverage his daddy's knowledge way back when his daddy had a brain to pick teams to win championships. So I will bring back the lie detector. We'll have a doctor on staff to initiate and implement the testing in the coming weeks. But I will tell you right now, I don't know if I have that man back on this show as a guest. He's certainly not going to be a co-host. And I'm going to leave it at that. It concerns me going into my second full season as commissioner, my first season defending my championship. Not only did I win the championship in this league, as all of you know and the world knows, I also won my club championship in golf that I announced I was in the middle of, and impacted my draft. Even though I had a very successful draft, it impacted my draft. But I'm going to put all of that behind me, right? Winners win, champions move on. That's how we stay champions. With that, I'm putting it all behind me. I'm putting it behind the show. I don't want to speak of him again until I give you his ranking, which is also questionable. I will tell you now, Matty will no longer be my co-host. He will no longer be referred to as the GOAT. And I don't know if I'll have him back on the show. I've ranted long enough. And I'll leave it at that. If my mind can conceive it and my heart can believe it, I can achieve it. The great one, Muhammad Ali. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let me announce for you episode 2, season 2 of the greatest podcast on the planet and the greatest fantasy football league on the planet. My new co-host, here he is. Come on set and you can announce yourself. And I think people are really going to be excited. There, listen to that crowd. Here he is. All right.
Hey, Mr. Commissioner, it's a pleasure to be on the show.
It is an honor to have you here. You're
I'm
a man
still
of
muted.
Sorry. Go ahead. I had you muted. I had it muted because Matty has been muted from the show forevermore.
It's a true honor, and
well, I appreciate your commitment to the show, Andy. I know you've been studying hard because we had talked behind the scenes. We knew Matty wasn't going to be a show. He wasn't going to honor his contract. We knew all this was coming. He's not a man of credibility.
He had every opportunity.
He had every opportunity to be here. I talked to him on the phone. I pleaded with him. Nothing.
The opportunity
Silence.
of his life he turned down.
Opportunity of his life. And I'll tell you what, I don't want to say anything about it. And I do not do this. I think this leads to dark days for Matty ahead. Dark days.
It's a bad omen for sure.
Listen, he already got rejected to get promoted I'm not going to get into his job. He didn't get the promotion. But I'm not going to get personal. I'm not going to do it here on the show. It's not about that. It's about fantasy football. It's about me bringing this league to another level. And I'll tell you what, Matty didn't make the playoffs last year.
Yep.
That might have been the start of it.
Yep.
That might have been the start of what's going on in that kid's world. And I'll guarantee you C2 is looking at other options right now. And I'm not going to get personal because that's not the kind of person I am. But I would just say, Andy, let's put it aside now. We've talked enough about him. I'll say him.
Don't say his name.
I'm not even going to say his name. Andy, why don't you give the audience two seconds of how excited you are to be the new co-host of the show?
It is the honor of my life. It's like I just got asked to be vice president of the United States, and that's what Matty just turned down.
Absolutely.
And it's something I'll cherish for the rest of my life. Even if it only lasts one episode, it's the rest of my life.
Well, we don't know how long it's going to. Let's see how you do. Let's see how the crowd reacts. Matty that guy was beloved by many people around the world.
You talk about nerves. For the viewers at home, you talk about nerves.
Oh,
being on this show is something different.
It's opening night on Broadway. It's unbelievable. It's first pitch of the World Series. It's. I've been watching Little League. Those kids don't rattle though. I don't want to get into baseball. We're not talking about baseball. We're talking about football. Now, Andy, welcome to the show again. Congratulations on your appointment as co-host and replacement of that guy. Let me go over what I want to talk about today. I know you don't like the rankings, Andy. I can't.
He who shall not be named.
I can't. He's haunting me. But I'll tell you what, dark days ahead for Matty. And I'm not wishing anybody ill will. You know I don't do that. Dark days ahead for Matty.
You don't think the Fidelity branch managers will see this?
We don't
worry about his commitment issues?
Oh, they already are worried about it. Like I said, he got passed over for promotion. They already are worried about it. I don't blame them. I would worry. And if they call me for now, listen, here's what's going to happen. And this is, Andy, you keep churning the issue. Here's what's going to happen. I'll say 6 months, 12 months, 18 months down the road. Hey, Uncle Dave, they're going to call you for a character reference. Oh, yeah. Have them call me right away. I'll give a character reference, and I'll send this show right to them.
Send this link to them.
I'll send this link right to them. I am beside myself. I am beside myself in anger.
Bad days ahead.
Bad days ahead for Matty. I hope not, but I sense it. Didn't make the playoffs.
And this might be the catalyst to send me back into that Super Bowl race.
Oh, Andy, you haven't been there in a while, buddy boy. It might.
I've been there. I just haven't won.
Well, you haven't really been there. But that's fine. Now let's get, Andy, I want to, again, put it behind us. We're not going to talk about it anymore. I want to talk about draft day, which was exceptional. I apologize again, but I won the title at my club. So I was delayed in getting here, but I think the setup, many people complimented the commissioner on the setup. I bought all the food. I bought all the alcohol. I had everything set up nicely. You had pads, you had plugins, you had everything you needed to have a perfect draft. Yet I was delayed because I was in my club championship, which I won on the third playoff hole.
Yep.
Thank you.
You set up everything, and, I held down the fort here while, he who shall not be named just focused on his team and focused on his draft.
Exactly right. He takes advantage of just about every person in his life, and it's going to come back to bite him. Andy, I want to talk about draft day real quick, but one thing that came up from draft day, and I'm going to bring it up later on in the episodes, depending on how much time we have. I ranted a little too long about that kid. I want to talk about there's two owners particularly that are off-site, let's say. Don't have the means, if you will, to fly to the draft day location. And I don't think we're going to have 8 other owners relocate somewhere else. So there's a couple of owners that cannot get to the draft day when we have it. But before I get into that, talk of moving the draft day closer to opening day kickoff because of the injuries and you're drafting players now that may have gotten hurt, which you have gotten a little bit of the injury bug on your team. Any thoughts? And I'm not going to put it up for a vote. I just want to talk to people about it. And then I'll decide what I'm going to do as commissioner for life.
Yeah.
What do you think about moving the draft date more towards, let's say, I don't want to say Labor Day, but this year's a late start for the season, September 1st. I know usually we do it on your birthday, which is exciting. Everybody's around. We have a big celebration. We had a huge party after. Any thoughts on potentially moving it up a week or two closer to the start of the season?
Yes, so unfortunately I had Ashton Genty, which it looks like I dodged a bullet, but it looked bad for about a couple hours there. But I have some subjectivity to where I love having the draft on my birthday. It's
Of
such a
course.
fun
Yeah,
day.
of course.
But from an objective standpoint, August 15th is too early for the draft.
Okay.
This year, it is a month before we
No,
play.
I almost a
Which-
month. It's not a
and
month, but it's almost
it
a month.
seems like every day someone's injured in training camp,
Yeah.
and I think we should try to avoid that as much as possible because there's nothing we could do. It's just it's all luck.
So you're in favor of potentially moving it off of your birthday?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll take that into consideration.
Yep.
I will. And I'm going to ask some other owners. One in particular, I will not ask
You'll
because
ask 9
nobody
owners.
cares
You'll
about
ask
these.
9
Exactly.
owners.
8. I asked you. I'll ask 7.
Well, 9 total.
9 total. That's right. All right. So that's good. I'll bring that up. The second thing I want to talk about is, like I mentioned, the 2 remote people.
Mhm.
And I am moving in favor of, it's 2026, AI's everywhere. I got NVIDIA stock. It's blowing up. Do we do something where it's more electronic, where the people that are remote don't have to be on a Zoom call, which they were this year, which didn't really work? And can they just be on their ESPN app and by the way, ESPN sponsored us officially. Thank you, ESPN. We're in talks. We were in talks, and now I have to restructure the whole show of getting a spot on ESPN or ESPN Plus, but I don't want to get into that. I'm not allowed to talk about it because I'm still under a confidentiality agreement.
Yeah.
So, any thoughts on having them be able to draft, and everybody basically is on their computer and they pick and it shows up? We still can have the board. We can still do all the song and dance, but letting them be electronic so they're not missing out on who's available, who's not, and maybe the Zoom doesn't work as well as we thought.
That would probably be the idea going forward, is keep the board, keep the stickers, but start the draft at a certain time. You give people as many time as they need for their pick. You put your sticker on the board and you type it into the computer.
Yeah,
and then
that's all I'm saying. Or somebody does it for you. If you go up, somebody does it for you.
My brother John, mentally he's not all there, but
he's not.
Partially because he was on the Zoom, he drafted 3 quarterbacks in 5 rounds, and we can only start 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So I think that was partially because of the Zoom being tough and you can't really see the draft board, but also his stupidity played a factor.
That's true. That's fair. But I also, as I went through the rankings, which I know you say have no credibility, no weight to them.
They don't.
They're irrelevant.
Especially for our league, they don't.
Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I guess we'll see. That's fine. But I did notice Ryan and Johnny's, as the draft went on, their picks got, I don't want to say dumber and dumber, but they really didn't make any sense. And that could have been a factor of not having access to the room. Yeah. And actually the stickers. Sometimes you're thinking of a player, you got the stickers, and you're like, that's the guy I wanted, right? So I think we might want to consider it. I will consider it as commissioner, and I'll let the league know what I decide when I decide it. We have plenty of time, obviously. I'd probably do something mid-year. I also want to bring up.
You don't need to vote for that.
No, I don't. Absolutely not. I do not need to vote. That's why I said I will let the league know about it. Also, Andy, before I forget, I want to bring up. I already forgot it, so let's move on.
Okay.
All right, now let's talk a little bit about the rankings, which you don't like. Now, I put a poll out there today on our league site. I don't know if you saw it yet. And this individual, and I'm going to go top to bottom on rankings.
Yeah.
This is our rankings off our league after our draft. UG is ranked number 1. Last year, episode 1, we talked about it. He was 9th. I think David was 10th. He was 9th in power rankings. And I'll tell you right now, he finished 8th in the league. So maybe it does have some credibility.
And 8th was a miracle.
8th was a miracle. Exactly. Irrelevant games made at the end of the year. Now, UG is ranked number 1. And the question I put out on our link was, does UG have a winning season this year?
I gave a hot take. I talked to a couple bookies, and we have some friends over at FanDuel. And I got UG to make the playoffs at 4-1 before the draft.
Okay.
So,
wow.
And that line shot to plus 250 after he got
ranked
number 1
in
ESPN rankings. So it's something to think about. I think his team's all right. And I think
his team's all right.
I think him and David being 1 and 2 should tell you all you need to know about the ESPN rankings.
All right. Well, let's go through it. So let's look at I know you don't like it. I want to go through it real quick because I do like it. I just got to find my app here. So let's go through Uncle Gary's team, right? By the way, if I don't get dues, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, right? I'm just about had it with that house. with all of them. And it goes to the credibility.
Yeah.
Like father, like son.
And the competency.
How do you not pay your league dues in time?
It's
and Pat Jr. as well. Now, Pat Jr., well, both of them, for goodness sake, both of them might have problems as far as understanding or remembering. But Pat Jr., I'm going to give a pass. Just because I expect. Pat Jr. is surprised somebody's got to, I don't know, type it in for him if he Venmos or actually
he'll probably
count the
cashier's
dollars.
check.
I don't know what's going to happen there. Yeah. But again, it's that household. It's no credibility.
Yeah.
And acorn doesn't fall far from the tree.
No, it does not. As an adult, if you're not paying your league dues on time, it's annoying chasing league dues, and it's so simple.
And for someone who's basically funded the league,
you're the only owner to buy into the league.
I buy the trophy. I don't have my bling on today. I'm so distraught over everything going on.
The father-son duo of Eugene and Matty is having a tough start to the year.
I didn't wear my championship ring for the show.
I didn't wear mine either.
Yeah, 2017. They didn't give out rings. I got to dust it off. All right, so let's go UG's team real quick, right? Yep. So it's a good team, right? I don't think it's
his best draft.
It's by far his best draft.
That is like
by far.
It is a low
by
ball.
Far. Now listen, he's made a move on Johnny here. So he's at 57%, but Johnny there's still players you can move out. Nakua is still listed as questionable, but let's go through his draft, right? So Dak and JT are solid.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
But Dak could, they're solid.
There's something about Dak. He's been every year he's a top 10 quarterback. The next year he's finished outside the top 10. Or
he gets hurt. Yeah.
So last year he finished.
I don't know how that team is going to be.
I think it's going to be good, but Dak has sneakily had a lot of injury problems.
And I'll tell you what.
Don't think about that.
And I'll tell you what. They're at the Giants week 1, and the Giants are going to come out. Giants stink, but the Giants are going to be fired up. New coach. They're going to try to kill somebody. Yeah, it's going to be good. So I don't know how Dak does, but it could be a shootout. But Giants D is a little bit better, but we'll see.
Yep.
But Taylor should be solid. Yep. Was solid last year. There's no reason to think he's not going to be solid. Daniel Jones will be dunking to him. I have Daniel Jones. I love it. Yep. Judkins, I like. I really do. That team is bad, but I don't like him in Jacksonville week 1. Right? But it's not a bad pick. Yeah. My point is it's not a bad pick. Nakua could be great, or he could be suspended.
He's great if he plays.
Right? Odunze and McBride are unbelievable. Right? So those are good.
Odunze's all right.
Odunze's good. You're right. McBride's unbelievable. Downs is
for the show, I wrote up some of my worst and best picks of the draft. Josh Downs is my number 2 worst pick of the draft.
When did he get him?
At the 907, before some really popular names. And
when did he get him?
At the 9th round, 7th pick. In a 10-man league, Josh Downs.
Who else was available?
I just want to say Josh Downs is starting on a team in a 10-man league.
That's what I look at too. That's what I look at too.
And his bench is horrific.
His bench is awful. That's what I don't understand why he got such a good ranking. His bench is awful.
Well, because the rankings,
except for Sloth.
The ranking. Here's what I'll tell you about the rankings. They only look at projections from the team you currently have in. That's what it looks at every week. Okay. That's why I don't really play much.
And Bo Nix, frankly,
I like Bo Nix.
He's not a fantasy. He's not our fantasy football guy.
Yeah,
right?
I'll say Matthew.
I would play Sloth before I play Bo Nix.
You have to stop saying Sloth. It's Shuck.
Yeah, he was on my team. He's a champion for me. I would play him before I play Bo Nix.
Too many people are high on Shuck. I'm sensing a little sophomore.
At Detroit to start.
Week 1, it's different. I'm sensing some sophomore.
It's week to week, Andy. It's week to week.
Jordan Tyson just went down. I think Shuck will be good. I think everyone's hype on Shuck. I think he's going to be middle of the pack.
I like Bo Nix.
Yeah, let's look at some of the names he has in a 10-man league bench. Good. He has Kenyon Sadiq, who doesn't even get drafted in 18-man
14
leagues.
Points.
RJ Harvey's irrelevant. Aaron Jones is irrelevant. Debo Samuel's irrelevant.
It's like It's like 2022.
Matthew Golden's his only good bench player, and that's it.
Yeah, and Shuck, I know. I didn't understand. That's what I had, right? But again, I would start Shuck, and I know you drafted Bo Nix whenever he drafted him, but Shuck is going to throw it 38 to 40 times.
So is Nix. That's his whole game. Nix throws it 50 times. You got Sean Payton.
All right. And then who else we got? His week 1 matchup is against the Nipples. Question: did Nipples change his name of the team?
Did
he did put it in there. It might just be.
And it should not be.
It should not be allowed. The league should look in that, and the league's going to look at it. But Johnny's team is okay.
Yeah,
So,
it's-
but Uncle Gary is projected to win. I don't know. He lost last year because he played me week 1.
Yep.
But if he comes out 1-0, there's going to be, the only thing I would say, Andy, if he doesn't pay the league dues, what does the commissioner do?
I think if he doesn't pay,
Who's the treasurer? Are you the treasurer? Who's the
I
treasurer?
didn't know.
I
if
think
he was
Mikey's the treasurer.
And there might be some collusion there in the
Well,
treasury. They might.
That's fair.
The first game is on Wednesday.
Yep.
If he does not have his league dues in by kickoff on Wednesday,
I would say
think he
before
should
that.
forfeit
Before that.
week 1.
Before that.
I
was going to try to lock
week
up. He
1
couldn't
is
go on
fourth.
waiver. Couldn't do waiver wire.
I think that's not harsh enough. Early in the year, you don't need waivers. I think you should forfeit week 1 if your league dues aren't paid.
I'm going to think about it. I'm going to think about that.
think
But I
it's
appreciate
ridiculous, and
that.
I think it's rude to the league.
I couldn't agree more. And that's why you're here sitting beside me and not that coward of a human being. Number 2 on the power rankings. And it feels like, Andy, the world has flipped on its axis. There's giant glaciers falling out of the sky. I mean, that was one of the worst videos I've seen, so I hope everybody's all right there. Glaciers are falling out of the sky.
Not sure what video you're referencing.
The Nepal glacier.
I thought it was a fantasy football podcast.
It is, but I'm saying everything seems to have flipped on its axis on the other side.
This is why you don't trust
Uncle Gary ranked power ranking number 1, and David Jr. power rank number 2.
I got a little problem with David's team, right? So the receivers are.
Can I ask you a question before we get into it?
Yeah.
How do you think Uncle Eric's impact? So just for the audience, David has officially named Uncle Eric his co-owner, I think it is, or general manager, one or the other. We're good with either one. I think Uncle Eric would get through committee if he was co-owner. We'd have a vote on it, but I think he would pass. He's irrelevant.
Yeah.
He's a Bills fan.
Yep.
Makes him a loser.
He runs through glass doors.
He walks through glass doors.
Like
He's a child. How much of an impact? Now, David's never had a number 2 power ranking after draft day. How much of it? I think personally, it's a huge impact. It's a great help, and I thought it was a great move by David because Uncle Gary's moved with Little Gary. Little Gary's not even here.
I could not disagree more. I think assigning Uncle Eric as an assistant coach.
Wow. I think the crowd liked it. The crowd liked it. They're not Uncle Eric fans.
I think assigning Uncle Eric and Little Gary, to be fair, as assistant coaches is like what are you doing?
Go ahead.
Is like a slap in the face to the league.
There you go.
Wasn't really a punchline.
Why do you say that, Andy?
Because Uncle Eric has next to no knowledge about football besides the AFC East, which who cares? The Bills will win a playoff game again and lose again.
Go ahead.
And the only person with less football knowledge than Uncle Eric is Gary. So I think having them as assistant coach was more of like a ploy to get them to get some more help, but they're not going to get any help. The only person who made a good assistant coach job was Pat. He brought in his buddy.
Who was that kid?
He was a handsome fella.
He was a tall drink of water,
but he actually made some good picks. But he did make the single worst pick of the draft, which maybe I'll reference later. But
okay, all right, that's fine. I think Uncle Eric was a huge impact to David. David's got a lot going on. He's traveling all over the world. He's going to miss some weeks, so he needed.
You think Uncle Eric's going to look at his phone?
100%. Uncle Eric will be engaged. He understands the importance of this league, and if he's not, frankly, I'll throw him out. I'll throw him out in 5 seconds.
Okay.
I think it's a huge impact, but we'll see. But I think it's also David ranked number 2, like I said. That never happens.
Yeah, so
Uncle Eric might have done some homework. David might have done some homework.
Going back to FanDuel, our 2 highest odds or worst odds to miss the playoffs were David and Uncle Gary. David was minus 300 to miss the playoffs. Uncle Gary was minus 400 to miss the playoffs.
And what's David at now, do you think?
I think it's about even
money.
I think he's about even money, and Uncle Gary's probably minus 150 to miss the playoffs.
Well, I played David week 1. We're basically tied 50-50.
I think you're going to have a good chance because if you'd like to get into it, I have a serious problem with David's team.
We're going to get into it. Yeah. So, all right. So let me give you my take on it as the champion and commissioner and frankly, one of the most knowledgeable fantasy football individuals you probably run into.
100%.
I don't not like the Jaden Daniels pick. Listen, what I like about it is, he had him last year. It cost him his whole season. It was a disaster. But I like going back to him. I like taking the risk.
Jaden Daniels,
huge
is so
reward,
good,
right?
And he runs so much, but
I like
the
the
left
pick.
tackle, the franchise left tackle, Laramie Tunsil goes down with a season-ending injury. That's your blind side left tackle. That's going to be a serious issue for Jaden Daniels. But he's going to run, and he's going to run, and he has a really good chance of being the best quarterback in fantasy this year.
Yeah. Okay. So I agree. So you think it's a good pick?
Yes,
I agree.
I'm big on Jaden.
Now here's the problem, and this was a huge issue on draft day, and maybe it supports your theory of
it is.
It was a blind leading the blind. Josh Jacobs is hurt.
So
and hurt bad.
I'm not worried about the injury. We had a report come out a few hours ago. We got a little bit before Schefter and Rappaport. They reported it a couple hours after we did. There's apparently video evidence of Josh Jacobs' domestic violence case. He's been charged with 2 misdemeanors already. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets suspended 6 games this year. It's really bad.
Wow.
It's a bad time for that.
Wow.
It's if you look into it, it's really bad with Josh Jacobs. He's going to get suspended for sure. It's just a matter of how long. And I shouldn't be doing this, but my bench is full. David or any of the owners that are looking for tough road, go pick up Marshawn Lloyd.
100%.
Yeah.
I thought a year. Let me just interrupt you for a second on that theme. And thank you for the reporting. And it's breaking news, obviously. But let me take a second.
Yep.
Right? Because we've had our attorneys send a letter.
Yeah.
And it's official. Good is no longer a sponsor of this show, and they're not a sponsor of anything that I'm involved with professionally or personally. Disgusting display. It made no sense. It was really disgusting, and we've dropped them. This show has credibility, has a moral compass, and we have officially dropped. Callaway has dropped them, but Callaway were late to the game. We had dropped them before Callaway. Callaway dropped them because they saw what we did.
We got sent the ad before they posted.
That's
we said, "Hey, don't post this ad," and they disregarded our information.
Well, and we dropped them immediately.
Everyone knows we run the social media world, and we told them it was a bad idea, and they still did. Good's out.
Good is bad. That was my
quote. Good one.
Thanks, buddy. That was my quote. Don't touch this. There you go. Don't touch the board.
Josh Jacobs is going to miss at least 2 weeks. He's going to get suspended.
So he's in the lineup.
We're no longer going to send him merch from our show.
No. Or have him on.
No.
Okay, so that's and I thought it was a bad pick anyway. Way too early anyway. Even though I like Josh Jacobs as a player,
there's too much risk.
Way too much risk, and I didn't mean to go crazy on that whole thing, but I wanted everyone to know that we're dropping sponsors. We're adding sponsors. Good is gone. Bad. Get a Bite now becomes a major spicy. Yep. Major sponsor.
Well, it should be any day before they face a controversy. So
that's fair. See. That's fair. Javonte Williams, Amon St. Brown.
His receivers are great.
His receivers are very good.
And Drake London, the only issue is the quarterback's going to be a problem.
Fannon's good. McLaurin, I just can't go near him. I hate McLaurin.
He's bad. Do yourself a favor and watch Tua play in a preseason game.
He's not even playing now. Tua's not even playing.
Throw the ball.
Tua's not playing today. Or no, I'm sorry. Penix not playing because Tua's playing, but Penix is going to get the
not playing gives him a better chance of getting the job because Tua's going to mess up.
Of course. And plus they're going to protect Penix so he doesn't get hurt.
I think it's a worse quarterback room than the Browns, which I would have said was the worst quarterback room in the NFL. It's worse than Geno Smith. It's worse than Deshaun Watson. It is bad. Do
we have a separate episode on this? Right? It's like Deshaun Watson, Cleveland. I know it's a ton of money. We talked about it. They're calling me. They're saying, "Hey, say some nice things." I'm not saying nice. I'm not covering for the guy. It's not happening.
Deion Sanders on,
and then he gets upset if somebody says something. It's insanity.
Well,
anyway, I'm not going to get into.
Deion Sanders is a friend of the pod, and he'll probably get on soon.
Well, I'm going to again having an understanding and having talk to people in the right places.
Yep.
Shador will be starting quarterback by week 3. Week 4 at the latest.
Yeah,
that is a guarantee. So if you want to pick him up end of week 1 or week 2, I would recommend it. He's a running quarterback. I don't know if he's good for our league, but he runs, he passes, and I actually think he's a far better athlete than Deshaun Watson, and they have more chances to win games with Deshaun. I understand you want to give him and a far better person. I couldn't agree more. And like you said, his daddy is a fan of the show. Big fan of the show. All right, so Drake London, Fannin, McLaurin. Dart I like, but again, he'll be knocked out week 3 because he thinks he can run through a wall. He'll find out he can't. But I like his team on paper.
It's pretty
But
good.
there are some gaps. And let's go to the bench real quick.
Yeah.
Who does he throw in for Josh Jacobs? I know you talked about picking up the back.
I do like Ramondre Stevenson. I think
a little bit.
I think
yeah.
Ramondre is going to be boring, but he's going to give you productive weeks. But with Jacobs out, he's going to have to start Ramondre or Jalen Warren in a 10-man league, which is rough.
Yeah.
Jacobs is a serious problem outside of the groin injury that he's dealing with. The suspension lingering is.
Oh no, yeah, it's going to be bad.
bad,
especially if you said there's video.
That's what I've heard.
The league
from our independent sources.
If anybody knows anything about Union, the league, I talk to these people.
Mm-hmm.
They'll support their player, and rightly so, until he's guilty. But if they have video, they cut the cord.
Yeah, and he's already been charged for 2 mistakes.
Yeah, it's not looking good. All right, so and then I play David. We're going to get into predictions and everything next show, right before kickoff. I am traveling a little bit up and down the East Coast. I have shows. I have a lot of things I have to do, but I'm going to make time because I'm committed to this effort.
It's because you're a man.
This league. Yeah,
it's because you're a man.
Okay, ranked number 3rd. We're not going to go over it. It's that kid that we talked about earlier. So let's go to.
He is ranked 3rd.
He is ranked 3rd, and I don't think his team is that good. I'm not even going to get into it.
It's okay. I think he had a pretty good draft.
I'm not getting into it. I'm not even going to talk. Scatterboo stinks.
Jeremiah Love's an issue. He's coming off injury.
Jeremiah Love's hurt, and they're going to rotate him out. He's going to run. He's not going. I'm not talking about it. The 4th. That's how upset things got sour quick. Well, listen. I will protect you. You are by my side. I'm marching with you. I'm fighting with you. But if you double cross me, or if you lie about your commitment to something, well, cold as ice, buddy boy. I'll tell you that right now. And now, ranked number 4th. Again, the world has flipped its access. Punchy Pat.
Yeah.
But the tall drink of water. What was that kid's name? Aiden?
Aiden or Andre or
something like that.
Aaron, something like that.
He kept staring at me.
He was a handsome
Pat Jr., who's at 54% against the kid that used to sit in that seat. I hope he loses it. I swear I hope he loses every game. And I don't do that. Yeah. I'm impartial commissioner. I hope he loses every game.
And you're an extremely level-headed person.
Of course. Punchy Pat is ranked 4th in the power ratings. And that's right, Punchy Pat. I said it. Did you see him?
Loopy Pat.
And now he's going to bachelor party. So Halloween has been moved now to August. Halloween is now mid-August. We shouldn't have it on your birthday because it gives them a reason to chug all the Coronas that we have. Yeah. Did he get back from the bachelor party? Is he back in the States?
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. There you go. Okay, so now things are heating up for Pat. Halloween's around the corner. But Pat's got a pretty good team. He's ranked 4th.
I like his team.
Will he be ready?
No.
Yeah. So I put week 2 because week 1
he could pick his team before the draft starts. And
here's what I had in my notes. Right, for week 1, it's just basically that's who I drafted. They fell into the slots. Yeah. The system put it in.
Week 1 is a gauge.
Week 1, no, meaning he doesn't have to do anything mechanically to modify his team unless he has an injury.
Well,
which he doesn't right
and Laporte are questionable for week. Egbuka might miss week 1. We'll see.
That's right. Laporta's. Yeah, you're right. So he might have to do something. So it'll be a good question mark. And the other guys got Chase, and I hope.
Don't say it.
I'm not going to say
Don't say it.
Because I like Jamar and we're personal friends, and I'm not going to say it.
He sent us a signed jersey a couple months ago.
You're right. Mbuka could be hurt, and Laporta could be out. Yep. So he might have to do something. So it's a good test to see how engaged Punchy Pat and his tall drink of water partner are week 1.
Team.
Yeah, his team's good. His team's actually very good. Herbert, H.N. Pickens is a good pick, but Pickens disappoints.
He's got the best running back in the league.
Who's
H.N. and Robinson is great.
No doubt about it.
But
H.N.
and Pickens is an okay receiving core for this league.
I like Baker because he's playing for a ton of stuff. He's got a chip on his shoulder.
I'm big on Baker.
Again.
Jameson Williams I like too.
Here's the thing though, what I've noticed, and I don't know if it's depth. Everybody's bench is pretty weak.
His isn't that bad. He's got 2 good bench players. He's got
Trevion. Come on.
Trevion Henderson's a good bench player, and Brian Thomas, I think, is a good bench player. They did make the single worst pick. They made the worst pick of the draft with Tyrone Tracy at 11:02. That was a biased pick, a Giants pick.
Okay. Tracy's hurt. Didn't he just get hurt?
No, Tyrone Tracy is healthy.
I thought he just got hurt.
He got replaced by Najee Harris. I don't think Tyrone
Tracy. Oh, right.
We'll get a snap week 1.
Okay.
We'll see. But it's a worst pick of the draft this time.
Okay.
I told you.
And as I had in my notes, not knowing what the show was going to be like today,
Yep.
not knowing till the last
How could you?
minute
How could
till
you?
the cameras turned
How
on.
could you?
I think this is better than that other kid's team. I think he should be at 54%. I think
Yep.
he's got a better team, and I think guess what? There's 1-0 and there's 0-1, and I
Yep.
know who won it. Pat Jr.
Matty's
Pat's going to be one.
well, he is already 0-1.
Well, that's true. At number 5, and I'm going to give 2 of these because we're going to roll a little bit.
Yep.
The Gut,
Mm-hmm.
who disappoints everybody often, and Team Row at number 6. Didn't make he made the playoffs last year, but got humiliated in the playoffs by you, and has become basically irrelevant in the league. Hasn't won a championship in many years now. Christian had a great showing last year, but really flop sweated in the last game. Cost him It didn't cost him a championship. Cost him to get into the championship against me, and maybe it was just too much pressure trying to beat the commissioner. So Cheech, Cheech plays you.
Yes.
All right, Cheech plays you. His team is pretty good, right?
Shockingly, Christian's team is middle of the pack. Christian is just a middle of the pack owner. Yeah. Sam Darnold is a terrible QB2. But I like Gibbs and Chase Brown is great. Nico Collins.
That's what I had. That's
Zay Flowers I like a lot. He's a little dinged up, but it shouldn't be a problem. Loveland should be good.
Well, here's what I said in my notes: 500 season for Cheech. With this team, unless something changes,
he actually has a good bench.
500 this team, and Jalen Hurts has to play well, but he's going to give it to Saquon. I guarantee you that he's going to dump it. But he does have average. He has 2 really good running backs, like you said. But maybe, it's second best in the league if you ask me, behind Dr. Average. Zay Flowers, he's got a decent team. Waddle should be good. I think his team's pretty good. But he's going to be 500. I think
his team's solid.
He'll be 500. Team Row.
I like Mikey's team a lot.
Right. I thought he was projected under 300. Ryan's projected. Ryan's the only team projected under 300. Team Row is ranked number 6 in the rankings.
He's ranked number 1 in my personal post-draft rankings.
What do you mean? You think Mikey's team is the best drafted team?
I think so far he had the best.
What do you see? Kenneth Walker is a horrible fantasy football running back.
Have a great year.
No, he won't. He's questionable.
He's got great quarterbacks. May and Lawrence, I love.
JSN's good. Olave. Kelsey's not Kelsey anymore. Of course they are. That's what I had in my notes.
I was doing my post-draft.
You're wrong about that. You're wrong about that.
I was doing my post-draft ranking before the show, and what I realized is no one is really like here.
No.
Or no one's like here.
No. There's no.
Everyone's kind of in this jumble.
I'll tell you what. It's
going to be an interesting
year. Let me go back real quick. I'll tell you the team. Well, no, actually, I take it back. I was going to say David. The team that could, let me find it. Well, not Ryan either. No. You're right. I think you're right. I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's know what it's going to be. It's going to be waiver wire. It's going. Well, the league last year. Remember halfway through, everybody but UG and Dave, even David, if he won a couple games like week 5, 6, was a game out of the playoffs. I remember saying it I'll go back to the podcast. Go back to the shows, Andy, and watch them. I'm telling you right now, that's what we said. But anyway, and that's the league that I created, right? We want competition. We want competitive. We want competition week after week, competitive games week after week, and that's what we're getting under my leadership.
Your brother is 12-30.
Well, he just doesn't know what he's doing.
Are we considering relegation? That's I'd like to
100%.
I'd like to stop the rankings. Are we genuinely considering relegation after this year?
I'll tell you what if the league dude is out of the league. There's no relegation. He's out of the league. Simple as that.
Let's say he goes 4-10 again, which is his average over the last 3 years.
Let me tell you something. I would throw him out of the league in 5 seconds. The issue I have with the league is who steps in. And I know you talk about
Uncle Jay.
I know you talk about Uncle Jay. Uncle Jay'd be a great owner in this league. He would be.
He'd be competitive. And he'd talk a lot of trash.
He would talk a lot of trash, but I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what to do with him as a commissioner. I've tried to talk to him. I've had people talk to him. I don't know what to do anymore. But if he doesn't pay his dues, guess what? I'm shutting his team off.
The cockiness.
I'm shutting it off.
This league.
Well, that's the other thing that drove me crazy.
The disrespect, the way he entered this league.
Well, Mikey last year said he didn't think he understood our point system. It was too complex.
It's been his 3rd year. Ask Roe. Roe runs Mikey's team. Just ask Roe to do the points for him.
Yeah, I think Roe and Mikey are the treasurers. So
I wouldn't trust that.
Ryan's
trust
team. Let's go to Team Roe. Is like I wrote in my notes. You got a lot of gaps.
Yep.
Right. He's got a lot of gaps, and this is a big year for Mikey. Didn't do anything. His team at the end of the year last year was horrible.
Can I
Horrible
say something
team.
about what I expect from Mikey?
Yeah,
here?
please do.
I think he had a great draft, but
I don't see.
I think him scheduling his wedding the day before the Super Bowl tells you all you need to know about what he's thinking for the football season. He does not care about the football season. He's focused on his wedding, which I don't know why he cares about that.
I don't know.
You have to prioritize. You have to prioritize football, and it's a slap in the face for his wedding to be the day before.
And I'll tell you right now, Andy, I couldn't agree more, and I thank you for saying it. But it also brings to the surface. He's marrying Roe, right? And listen, Roe's a fine girl.
It's not too late.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what. Listen, I've been married.
She did the draft order.
She runs that roost. That's all I'm going to say. She runs the roost, and whatever she says, Mikey does. And once in a while, you got to say, "Hey,
yep, hey,
this is what we're going to do.
Hey,
why don't we have a conversation about what we?" That's how relationships work.
Yep.
You don't just shout over Mikey.
100%.
I feel bad for the kid. Lovely woman, though. Great family.
Dishonest.
Love the family.
Great family.
Great family.
Great family. Had a great time with her brothers and her cousins.
Great family. They support the foundation.
And they all suck at golf.
Wow. So does Mikey.
Well, we got something you should be made aware of. Glenn and Joe, Roe's brothers, were proudly wearing their good merch at TPC Myrtle Beach last week. And it was just... I think it was before.
It was before. The ad just came out.
Well, they must not have got it when we got it.
No. We knew.
So we knew. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
We actually knew. I'm glad you didn't say anything because we were under, we couldn't talk about it.
We get a lot of NDAs.
We do get a lot of NDAs. Well, we get a lot of information. That's a great point, and I'm going to ask. I'll ask either Mikey. I'll try to ask Mikey, but I'm sure Roe will chime in.
Yes.
What's the deal with the hats, and what have they done with the merchandise since this tragic commercial came about, or since the public became aware?
We had it about a week before.
About a week. Well, maybe a little more. But yes, good point. Great point. And I'm going to bring it up. I'll put a note in my notes to ask Mikey. Again, Ro will interrupt, but ask Mikey about that situation. But Mikey's team's okay. Ryan at number 7, only team projected under 300 points this week, which is fascinating. Mm-hmm. But again, Ryan had to deal with the draft. He
had a great draft last year remote.
Well, that's a fair
point. He just had a bad
draft. He wasn't remote last year. He was here. No, he wasn't because the baby had the headphones on.
Oh, yeah.
We were screaming.
So just so you know, you weren't aware of this, I don't think. Ryan was initially...
There's not a lot that I'm not aware of.
Ryan was initially on the Zoom, but Jess told him to log off the Zoom because they had company over.
I heard about that.
And I think it's effective in Ryan's draft position. He's got McCaffrey and James Cook, which can carry him to wins. That duo is incredible. But Tet McMillan and Devonta Smith as your receivers in a 10-man.
Well, again, you look at later in the draft what he picked. It was just awful.
Darian Price, DJ Moore, Jordan Love's your QB2, which is average.
He needs McCaffrey to get him 70 a week.
He's in my bottom 2 of the post-draft.
Yeah, it's a really bad. Well, he's 8.
And McCaffrey's already dealt with the Titans.
No, he's 7th.
You got to worry about McCaffrey.
No, I know. Yeah, he's not. Yeah. Here's where I think your comment about the ranking system, it might have some credibility.
I think it's poor.
Yeah. How the hell, right? So Ryan's 7th. Mm-hmm. How the heck is the champion, the commissioner for life, ranked 8th?
I thought you had the worst draft.
Can we spend a second on my team? Right now I'm playing. So here's what. Right now I'm playing the highest ranked draft or second ranked draft person. I'm 8th, and we're at 50-50. So
I have no comment on that.
Tell me where my weaknesses are. But I got Bucky Irvin in like the 5th round.
Bucky Irving is going to share touches with Kenny Gainwell. I think Bucky Irving is.
I have Gainwell on my bench.
Yeah, and they're both going to be average. Neither of them are going to be good.
So where are you looking? Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers is on my best pick of the draft.
Thank you. Kyler Murray. Something to prove.
Here's the thing,
right?
For the
Saquon, something to prove.
For the hundreds of thousands of viewers at home, 10-man league super flexes. Quarterbacks are Kyler Murray and Daniel Jones. I think that's really, really poor.
Whoa. Go back to the first 6 weeks of last year. Those two quarterbacks probably were the best two quarterbacks point-wise in the league.
I've seen Daniel Jones play. Daniel Jones is not a consistent player.
That's fair.
Kyler Murray, I think, will be good. I think Kyler Murray would have been a great QB2. I just don't
Justin
think he's
Jefferson.
I just don't think he's that good of a QB1.
Justin Jefferson.
I like Carnell Tate.
Yep.
I like Bowers.
What's the matter with Justin Jefferson?
Oh, I like Jefferson. I have no problem with Jefferson.
He's one of the best receivers in football.
I think he is, as a talent perspective.
What's the matter with Saquon Barkley? What's the matter with Saquon Barkley? Why is everyone down on Saquon Barkley?
He didn't have a great year last year.
Okay. But he had an incredible year the year before.
Okay.
Hall of Fame year the year before.
I understand.
Brock Bowers, Bucky Irvin. I got Broncos D. And
we're not talking about the defense.
No, we're not talking about the defense.
It shows.
Cortland Sutton Concepcion on my bench, which I like, actually.
I think
Marvin Harrison Jr. on my bench.
You have a pretty good bench.
I don't
like Casey Concepcion.
And do you want to add 2 cents on the double tight end?
Starting star power.
Okay. Well, I think Justin Jefferson's a star. I think Saquon's a star. I think
I love
Kyler Murray's a star.
I'm huge on Breece Hall this year, and I just
that was my only issue.
QBs are bad.
Okay, that was my only issue with Breece Hall, because if you have a jet, I love Breece Hall.
He's just dealing with it a little.
He's on the Jets.
He's dealing with a little.
He'll be fine. I know, but having a jet on your roster it destroys your team morale, and it's a curse.
It's like spending time with him.
But I do like my team, and I do like. Why don't you give me 2 seconds? Everybody went nuts at me. Everyone's still mad at me about the double tight end pick. I had Brock Bowers, who's one of the best tight ends in the league.
Loved it.
And then I take Tyler Warren later in the draft, 6 or 7. But he was the best player out there, I thought.
It didn't make sense from a team building perspective. You could have drafted a better quarterback than Daniel Jones.
That's fair.
But I love it from a cutthroat perspective. David said before his pick, "Hey, we need a tight end." But Dad,
I didn't hear that. I
wish you did. It would have made it even funnier. Dad already has a tight end. He won't pick one. Let's wait till the next pick. And he goes ahead and picks a second tight end.
What it is, Andy, what it is. And again,
that cutthroatness is why I love it.
It's not even cutthroat. My mindset wasn't meant to be cutthroat. My mindset, and I don't even want to share this, because sharing too much of my knowledge with these other owners actually hurts me.
You have to pay for that.
Right? And I literally, again, as I said many times, going through this process and having this forum, and studying as much as I do to prepare for the show that I care deeply about, you learn so much about fantasy football. Mm-hmm. That move of Tyler Warren was simply, it's a twofold move. It's who's the best player on the board, right? And if you read anything about fantasy football, you
need a quarterback.
You take the best player available. The second piece was it's strategy. So now week 4, week 5, when somebody's tight end has a bye, who's calling Big Daddy for a trade, right? Who's calling Bobo for a trade?
Are you willing to take that spot where you have Daniel Jones playing, but you have a second great tight end on your bench? People are going to ask you for trades. You're going to say, no, I'll wait.
No, I'm going to make a trade. Bobo is open to trades. All right, so I'm 8th. I like my team. I'm projected 3-8 team in week 1 against David. It should be a great game.
Yep.
I think, again, if Jacobs is huge for David, and that's going to be a problem because he's probably not going to play now. But we'll see. So who does David throw in there?
It's an issue. Ramondre Stevenson.
Okay.
He'll make the wrong decision. So
they play Seattle too. Good luck with that.
David will continue.
They're going to score another 6. What they score? 3 points in the Super Bowl or 6? 3? Yeah. Like good luck with that team this week. Good luck with Drake May, who I couldn't stop hearing about for 6 weeks before the draft. How great he was. Good luck week 1. And as I said on episode 1, that team has been found out. That offense has been found out, and Drake May has been found out. Seattle unlocked the key to that offense. It's over for Drake May.
That's an excellent move.
Thank you. At 9, my new co-host. So, hey, you get a bad thing, you get a good thing, right? You're ranked 9th, your team's not that good, but listen, now you're on an international show. And you're going to get, the only thing I would say, Andy, and this is something that you hear a lot, and I've lived it now for over a year, almost 2 years, can't go to eat. Can't just have a drink with the family. Can't just go down and go to the St. Bart's and sit on the beach. Somebody's taking your picture. Somebody wants to talk to you. Somebody wants to talk football with you. Somebody wants to pick your brain about something. And now they ask me about stuff it doesn't even have to do with football. So that's the good and the bad with celebrity status.
It's all good. I love our fans.
I do too. You're right. But just be prepared. Sitting in that chair.
See, I'm comfortable standing up for my commitment, whereas he who shall not be named committed to something,
Well,
and then it tells a lot about his future of his relationship with C2, his future of his work life.
100%. You think that company good got bad? Wait till Matty walks down the street. God. Wait till that guy walks down the street.
I'd expect his home to be egged tonight.
Well, I hope not.
I hope so.
Well, at number 9, my co-host, Andy, can you explain that ranking to me? Can you explain the team? I
really like my team, I'll be honest. I think...
Well, the AI doesn't.
Let's care. Take a look. I think fully healthy, I have comfortably the best team in the league.
Genty, I think, is fine.
The problem
only
is,
issue with Genty, how many carries he get? 16, 17?
Genty will be fine. Its health is the problem. I have Neighbors, Kraft, and Mahomes. Those 3 guys are unbelievable players, but they're coming off major injuries.
I love Kraft. I would have taken him over Tyler Warren. He is going to be a McBride of the year if he stays healthy, and everything says he's going to be good. His numbers before he hurt his knee were incredible. We're like McBride.
After the catch, he's like a receiver.
Yeah, no, he is a receiver. Yeah. So I love Kraft, but you have 4 question marks on your starting
lineup. I have 4 on the bench. I have 8 total question marks. God. I have never even seen that before.
No, I've never seen. Mike Evans is in trouble.
Evans, he's done. No, he's expected to play week 1.
No, I don't think.
He's expected to play week 1, but he literally gets another injury every time he practices. Neighbors has looked great. He's expected to play week 1.
I like Stribling. Stribling's fine, I think.
Yeah, Stribling I took.
I like him, though. Hubbard's in trouble, though. Hubbard's really hurt.
Hubbard will be fine.
Just read the I did read the reports.
Read the reports. Are you getting different reports than this?
I cannot disclose that.
I have Lamar. Mahomes.
So you're projected 321. Is that right? Yeah. So you're projected.
Christian's projected 326.
326. Yeah. Should be a good game. Again, Dr. Sludge had a great year last year.
Dr. Stupid.
But should be a really good game. Yep. And then let's go to the last ranked. Again, didn't have access. Bad computer. Nipples. I think it's still Nipples. And I was going to we had a Nelly video that was sent to us by the league. Yeah. The dog was breathing heavy down the street, walking down the street, but got around, was better. The only thing I would say is in looking at Johnny's team, and if he wants to dedicate a season to that dead dog, that dog better live another 12 months because he ain't winning anything this year with this team. And that dog ain't winning 12 months.
I've seen that dog more than I wish I did the past couple months.
Yeah.
In the past couple weeks. I'd be shocked if October 1st happens.
Well, the over-under is Halloween.
But a lovely, happy dog.
Yeah, well.
But the dog is shitting everywhere.
Oh, come on.
And it's a problem. You got to do what you got to do. The dog's suffering. You got to do what you got to do.
Nipples,
but on to John's team.
Nipples is at 43%.
His team's not
His team stinks.
It's not that good.
Stinks.
He got what's good is for Travis Achan Jr. That's how they pronounce his name now. Travis Achan.
I didn't know that.
That's a Creole pronunciation.
He is, and here's the other thing. Nipples is at 43% against historically the worst owner in the history of fantasy football. And how does that make you feel?
John is not an owner who could deal with adversity. If he has a slow start, the wheels are going to fall off. It just is what it is. I think Travis Etienne gets a big bump because Kamara just got hurt. Henry will be good. AJ Brown will be good.
I love Henry. He got late too. That was a great
Wilson
pick.
Will be good.
So
Juwan Johnson's.
Well, here's what he needs. No, he needs.
Dad, you and John should talk trades because John has Brock Purdy on his bench, who's a great fantasy quarterback.
Yeah, I know.
And John desperately needs a tight end.
Well,
and I think Tyler Warren would make sense.
Nipples, pick up the phone.
I know you're watching this from your couch with
pick
your
lady. Pick up the phone, Nipples.
Pick up the phone and get on the trade talks. You need a tight end badly, and you have 3 very good quarterbacks. Brock Purdy is a very good fantasy.
That's a great point, Andy. And we're going to talk trades. Maybe we'll talk trades, even though it's a little early. Just one thing I did want to mention earlier, I had forgotten. I have already announced, or I'm announcing. Let's announce it here. The trade deadline will remain where it was. I think it was right after week 10, I believe.
Yeah.
Right. It's staying there. It got rid of a lot of the shenanigans from that house. Mm-hmm. And I am watching what Mikey and that other guy are doing.
I apologize. George Kittle's on John's bench. He does not need a tight end.
Kittle's hurt though.
Yeah, but he'll probably be back.
Okay. All right. Well,
my apologies.
All right. That's fine. But I still, hey, Nips, if you want to do a trade.
Pick up the phone.
All right. So Andy, great recap of the draft.
Mhm.
I think it's been successful so far. Any closing thoughts on the draft? Who do you think? Now we're going to do next week on the show. I got my notes to talk about. We're going to talk about. It'll be the final preseason show before kickoff, which is exciting. We're obviously going to talk about matchups.
Yep.
We covered it a little bit here, but we're really going to dive into the matchups.
Predictions
on week one, predictions on playoffs,
That's
and
the
prediction
most
on the
important show of
season.
the year.
And then we're also going to go in. We're going to do a little boom and bust
Yep.
after week one because you get a sense, maybe after week one or maybe next week. And then we're going to have a special guest in the studio, which
Wow.
I'm not going to disclose now. But we will have a special guest for the episode 3 of season 2.
Mhm.
Now, Andy, let me take you into what I did last week with my other host. I had a segment. It got some criticisms based on, I guess, the questions that I asked.
Mhm.
But I'm going to play a little game with you. It's only 4 questions, Andy. Who said that?
Oh boy.
Who said that? Now, I'm going with historical quotes. I think you should be able to get these. They're pretty simple. I was basing it on my former co-host because he was stupid.
I took a glance over, and there's not a lot coming to my mind.
Really?
The questions, but we'll see.
Okay, here we go.
That's we'll see.
All right. Let me get ready here. Okay. All right, Andy. Who said that? We have nothing to fear but fear itself.
See, I should know this. Is it FDR?
It is FDR.
Okay,
Yeah, all right. There you go.
All right. That settles the nerves a little bit.
All right. Good job.
You know, my family watches this. Everyone watches this. I don't want to be embarrassed.
That was a good one. All right, Andy, you ready for question 2? And ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Oh boy.
Is that Reagan?
No. All right, I'll do it this way. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country.
That kind of sounded like Ronald Reagan, I'll be honest.
That was John F. Kennedy.
John
F. Kennedy.
I was going to guess John F. Kennedy for the next one.
Oh. What?
I don't know.
Oh, Andy.
I got nothing.
All right, next question. You're 1-1. And I don't know how you didn't get the last one. Give me liberty or give me death?
I got nothing.
Oh, God, help me.
I assume it's a president?
It's not a president. Revolutionary War? See, that's not going to help you. If
Paul
you don't,
Revere?
No.
No.
Patrick Henry. Give me liberty or
No,
give
I
me
got
death. Okay.
You think your former co-host that shall not be named?
Absolutely not. But all right.
I got one. I'll take
All
one.
right, Andy. You have to get this one. You have to get this one. It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
See, here's my issue.
My God. There's no issue.
Here's my issue.
Oh, my God. Come on.
Neil Armstrong.
Neil Armstrong.
Thank you.
What did you say? What was his
Neil
first?
Armstrong.
Neil. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Lance Armstrong.
Lance.
Well, I was conflicted
Okay.
if it was the president, but
Come
I thought it was
on.
Armstrong.
All right.
Thank you.
Good job,
2
Andy.
for 4. I'll take it.
2 for 4. It would have been much better than somebody
Him.
sitting there a few weeks ago. So pretty good, Andy. Not bad. All right. So we have our show lined up for next week. We did 50. Look at this. Just under an hour, which was perfect.
Flew by.
Now we are back, as I said before, kickoff for week 1. We're getting close, people. It's almost here. Season 2, episode 3 will be about kickoff. It'll be our final preseason show.
Yeah.
And then we get right into it.
I think that's one.
And then we get right
That's
into
one of
it.
the key episodes of the season. Is this last preseason
100%.
show where you talk about the predictions, that and the before the playoffs.
See, I would say, I think next week's show is important just to lay the groundwork and get predictions out there. But after week 1, if you lost, it's one of the best, because then you're like, oh my God, my team stinks, or somebody got hurt.
Yeah.
So I love that episode. But you're right, before the playoffs, and I was a big part of that last year, as everyone knows. Andy, if my mind can conceive it and my heart can believe it, I will achieve it. The great one, Muhammad Ali. Thanks for joining, everybody. Great show. Andy, thanks for stepping in. You are the co-host.
Thank you.
And I know everyone, we're going to get great responses.
Honor of a lifetime.
Have a great day, everybody. Take care of yourselves.